This is Brian Murray, and so you want to know about 8th Street, Hoboken. Well, here it is. We're going to start at the very west end of town, which is right by the light rail. This is the 9th Street light rail on 8th Street, and you have the 9th Street elevator on 8th Street. So if you live up in the Heights, you can easily come down the elevator. On the other side of this is Congress Street, so you have an idea when you're looking on a map. But you come down the elevator, and you're right here at the light rail. This will take you to the Hoboken PATH station. It'll take you to the ferries in over in Weehawken. It'll take you all the way down to Bayonne. It'll take you through Jersey City, through downtown, through the mall there, through the waterfront, through Liberty State Park. There's a lot of places you can go on the light rail. This is, great way if you're up in the Heights and you want to connect. But here we are in 8th Street in Hoboken. And really, I'm going to start right here. This building right here in front of us is the metro stop, hence metro stop. The windows are great. You can't hear anything. You can't hear the train and the little ding ding and the bells and all that stuff. I will say they did a really good job with making it soundproof. The restaurant here, I can't speak for it. It's been like 7 things since it opened. Nothing ever stays here. I feel bad for whatever's moving in or being here, because you would think that this would be a great place for a restaurant and it would be like high traffic, and for whatever reason it does not do the businesses that it should. I think the space, they've never really figured out how to maximize the space inside, and I don't know, maybe it's because it's all the way at the end of the west edge of Hoboken that somehow people aren't coming back here, even though there's a lot of buildings around here. But I would just say that I'm good luck to the restaurant. So I'm here at 8th and Jackson. This is Gotan. We just missed it by 3 minutes. It just closed. I'm really upset because I think they have at least one of the top 2 iced coffees in all of Hoboken here. It's all the way back on the west side, so if you find yourself looking at homes over here on the west side, this is where I would go for my iced coffee. They have little nice desserts too, and some nice salads and that kind of thing. And you can get the Wi-Fi here, and it's not bad. I would definitely check it out, but it does close at 5 o'clock. So don't make the same mistake I made and try to go at 5:03, because you will not have any iced coffee. So here in between, you have 770 House, big rental building that's relatively new right here. Again, right next to the light rail station. They have a fitness business here, and it's buttressed on the back side here by the Monroe Art Center. Now, the Monroe Art Center has been this building is really unique because it's been renovated over the last decade or so. It's got a lot of small businesses in there, a lot of kid-friendly businesses in there, like School of Rock is in there, Dance Academy, there's international language school in here. And so there's a lot of things that the Monroe Art Center has for it. But really what it also has is it's got an Italian restaurant and it's got a little deli. And for this particular area, there aren't a lot of restaurant options, and certainly deli options. So it's great that there is an option right here. When I used to live back here, there was no option. So I can tell you that by having some options here, it's great. There's also a little bakery on the other side, which, I mean, unless the bakery is really bad, they're going to get at least 4 stars by me, because I'm a sucker for baked goods. Yes, yummy baked goods, right? The worst thing in the world is when you go to a bakery and you spend the calories on the carbs and the sugars, and the baked goods are just meh. That is like, I can't think of anything really worse than that. But so at least a 4-star, and my bar is really low on this. You don't have to be the best bakery in the world, but there is a nice little bakery on the other side of the Monroe Art Center. You can see there's lots of activity here on the corner of 8th and Monroe. Over here is another Metro Homes building right here at 727 Monroe. And standard stuff, elevator, parking, small gym, granite countertops, built by Metro Homes. And the Trader Joe's is an actual supermarket. I know people do a lot of grocery shopping there. I'm not convinced that it's like the kind of place where you can do your whole grocery shopping. So we will say there is a Trader Joe's, but at the same time, this is one of the two real supermarkets in Hoboken, and anybody who can do all their grocery shopping at Trader Joe's is far better than I am at being able to get all that stuff. So yes, there's a liquor store here, there's a liquor store across the street. You know, you can't go very far without a nail salon or a liquor store in Hoboken. I don't know what that says about Hoboken, but just know that there's two on the same block and they seem to be doing all right. And then across the street, you have 800 Madison, which takes up the whole block. And that's a high-end rental building that, you know, it's interesting that when it was first built, Stevens Institute placed a lot of students in there because they didn't have the housing. And it kind of got a reputation as more of a party building, but as Stevens built more housing and they moved away from that, it has really become much more of a traditional family-friendly type of standard Hoboken building versus more of a student housing kind of a thing. And so this particular block, because you're on the back side of the ShopRite and you're on the back side of 800 Madison, it seems a little desolate right here, or you know, there isn't much to it. However, you know, as we start to come just one block this way, you know, once you get to Ninth and Monroe, now you can see down this way, the 800 Madison, you've got some of the homes that are designed almost like little brownstones where they have stoops, and you know, you can sit on there and walk up to your unit there. On this side here, you have 900 Monroe Street, a big rental building. Again, you know, this is kind of some of the last land that was built, or the newest buildings that were built were up here on Monroe Street, on 9th and Monroe, and again over on 8th and Monroe. And you know, they're going to be doing some development down in the higher blocks over here on Monroe. But this is 9th and Monroe, and then across the street you have a condo building, another standard condo building, which is, you know, parking, elevator, small gym. So these were the last of the 9th Street corridor between condos and rentals, and we'll walk up to the final Metro Homes building here on the 800 Jackson, which is called the Metro Stop. So why do we call this the 9th Street corridor? Besides the fact that it goes all the way through, is that up here past the Metro Stop is actually the Metro Stop, the light rail stop, the 9th Street light rail stop. So what this corridor does here is, not only is it a stop for the light rail, which will run all the way north past Weehawken and North Bergen and south, it can take you to the Hoboken PATH or train terminal. It can take you all the way to Bayonne and through downtown Jersey City all the way to Bayonne, depending on which line you get on. But it's all this corridor on the other side of the Metro stop is the elevator to the Heights, to the Jersey City Heights. So anybody who might be coming from the booming Heights, which there's a lot of people there's a lot of people that started out looking in Hoboken, maybe couldn't afford it, wanted something different. So they've been moving up to the Heights, you know, because that's how real estate works, is that location, price, and condition. So if you want something for a certain price in a certain condition, sometimes you trade off location. And to do that, you might go to the Heights, which you can get what you want for that. And so it's very close, but how do you get here? Because look, it's a, you know, 12, 13 story cliff right here between here and there. So I'll show you. So there is an elevator over here on the back side of the light rail. And what we do with so the corridor is, hey, if you're up in the Heights and you want to come down to Hoboken, or you want to commute to work via PATH train or even buses into via Hoboken, you're going to come over here and you're going to take the elevator down. You're either going to hop on the train or you're going to walk the 9th Street corridor. So this is why it's called the 9th Street corridor, because you can literally come off the train, or you can come off the elevator over here. See the elevator over here? You come off the elevator and you can get on the train, or you come down here and you walk the 9th Street corridor straight down, get on the bus, get out to the shops, the restaurants, go to the shop, right? So this is 9th Street. This is the end of 9th Street. There is no more. You were right here at the very end at the train. And there is a great coffee shop here, this Black Rail Coffee. They make a good egg sandwich too. So that's the whole 9th Street corridor, all the way from Castle Point Terrace and Stevens, all the way back here to the light rail. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to learn more about Hoboken.